guys, and welcome to my 24th video. Thank you so much for joining me if you are a return subscriber, or hello if you are new. My name is Adrina. I'm an Australian teacher, a Teachers Pay Teachers seller, and a mum. So things get a little bit crazy around here. Now, it's December, 15th of December to be exact, and it is coming up to Christmas. So soon we will be in 2022. So I thought that for this video, I am going to be sharing with you guys what my plan is for my Clipart store moving forward into 2022. Not only that, I also want to just speak very briefly about some new updates that Teachers Pay Teachers have released, or they've sent out an email, and I'd like to just have a brief little chat about that as well. And they are some pretty exciting changes coming to TPT. So I just thought I'd like to chat with you guys about that today. So if that is something that you may find of interest to see what I'm going to be focusing on for next year and some new updates, then keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off with talking about the updates for TPT. So recently I got an email, like literally just the other day, and it did mention that there's a few new things that are kind of happening in this month of December for TPT. So I'm just going to read them. I'm going to read them off my phone, so don't mind me as I look down, just so I can kind of relay what they've actually written in their email. Okay, so the Teachers Pay Teachers updates include, so in the email they basically said new and coming soon to TPT. So VA, so virtual assistant login. So this is a brand new feature. Again, I'm so far away from this, but I thought if there's anyone out there that just wants to know some new features that Teachers Pay Teachers are bringing out, might be of interest to you. So coming soon, they are thrilled to announce that Virtual Assistant, so VA, login is now available to all teacher authors. So VA login gives you the ability to invite family, friends, or employees to help manage your store from their very own account without any visibility to your financial earnings, personal information, login credentials, or other sensitive data. So to protect your sensitive information, VAs will only have full access to your product listings. So, and you can check out the forum post that they have sent with that email, which I might actually link down below in the description. So that's super interesting. And I'm just thinking, obviously I'm so brand new to TPT, but this is a great feature for people that have really established businesses that they need to like hire out, and they can allow for a virtual assistant to help them with their business. So that's a cool feature that I'm sure if you're a bigger seller, or if you're somebody that wants to really take this full time down in the future, at least we know now there's an opportunity for virtual assistants. So if you have any help to help manage your store, so that's really cool that they've done that. So that's awesome. Now, the second thing, which is a new update to Teachers Pay Teachers, which I am personally pretty excited about, and I spoke about this in some of my past videos, is direct deposit. If you were just brand new to kind of how Teachers Pay Teachers pay out, basically they pay through PayPal. And if you are in Australia, for me at least, so Teachers Pay Teachers pays me out into PayPal, and then from PayPal I can choose to like send it over to my actual bank account, but usually there's always a fee associated with that. So that's if I want to have it in like my bank instantly, or I can wait a few days. So for them to be deciding to roll out direct deposit, that means that the bank account that I've associated for my business bank account is going to get paid straight into that account. So that's going to be amazing. Hopefully I'm going to see how that changes how I feel about it. At the moment I'm not too bothered about being paid by PayPal, but the fees and stuff like that are taken out over time do add up. So I think having direct deposit is actually a really, awesome thing that they're now rolling out. So that should be hopefully happening soon. So in the email, basically they just mention here, direct deposit, TPT will begin inviting sellers to use direct deposit this week. Also this week, interesting. To ensure sellers have a great experience during this transition and that we're fully able to support any questions you have, we will invite sellers between tomorrow and mid-January. So look out for an email from TPT that will include instructions on how to sign up. These invite emails will go out to waves of sellers selected randomly. You'll be able to change your payout method in My Account once you've received that email and registered with Hyperwallet. So if you choose direct deposit, your payout will transfer in full right to your bank account without any in-between steps. Please note you'll have plenty of time in 2022, at least until July 2022, to register for Hyperwallet. Once you've registered, you'll be able to update or change your payout method if you are not ready yet. We hope you attend this week's town hall to hear more. So that's really interesting. So I didn't know that about Hyperwallet until I just read that out now. So interesting. So basically they're going to roll it out in waves. So yeah, just keep an eye out for an email if you are a TPT seller. Right, one last update before I go and talk about my plans for 2022. But the last update, you may have already seen it if you are a seller on TPT. If you're not, then this might be just something new that you're hearing about. But basically they've updated the notes to followers. So I'll read what they say here. Updates to note to followers. We're happy to share that you can now use new font styles and colors, resize your images without setting dimensions, and see the notes that you've sent to your followers with the new Sent tab. You can follow along in the seller forum here for updates and how-tos. We always welcome your feedback and invite you to use this feedback form to help us further improve note to followers. So that's good that they're open to suggestions of how to improve this note to followers. And actually, speaking of note to followers, I literally just sent my first note to followers out from Tealazzo Clipart just the other day. And I'm actually going to show you, because it took a little while to figure out how to put a picture into note to followers. So in an upcoming tutorial, stay tuned for that, because I'm going to show you how to actually insert a picture into note to followers so that people can see what they're you know, what you're trying to market or what you're trying to promote or whatever, or the cool thing that they can download as a freebie. So do stay tuned for that, because like I said, it took me a little bit of playing around to figure it out. I will show you on screen here what my email looked like, the first one I've sent from Tealazzo Clipart. And this is what it looks like here. So if you want to know how you can send emails or like note to followers, then do stay tuned for another video in the future for that. So, okay, so we've had the three things. So we've got the three updates, virtual assistant login, direct deposit, and we've got note to followers. So that's the three big updates for the month of December 2021. So moving forward into 2022, now I'm going to share my plans and kind of my goals and just kind of what I'm going to be aiming for or doing in 2022. Yes, I do have a list, so if I look down, don't mind me, it's just because I'm reading off my list of the things that I've written down for me to let you guys know. Okay, so my plans for 2022 for Tealazzo Clipart. So because Tealazzo Clipart is still in its first year of its store, of my store, basically I'm still focusing a lot on product creation. I think a lot of, you know, bigger sellers do say product creation is important for that first kind of year. And because again, I'm still in my first year on Tealazzo Clipart, I'm in another year on my other store, which I will share with you next year. Actually, I'll show you a little bit about my other store in next year's kind of videos. But for now, this is still related to Tealazzo Clipart, this store and the journey of Tealazzo. But I will have a few videos in the future that like just touch on my store, my resource store, so you can just kind of have a look at things that I do with my clip art and how I've, you know, put them and used them in things that I put on my store, in my resource store. Hopefully that makes sense. But so yeah, basically my first thing for next year is focusing on product creation. But not only that, I want to focus on product creation with a consistent style. So basically maintaining my clip art consistency. I want to really, like I said in one of my past videos you can check out here with finding my clip art style, I want to really hone in on trying to like build my clip art style in the style that I showed you in that video, and basically maintain that clip art consistency, because like I said in the past in that video, feel free to watch it, I basically, when you are shopping on TPT, a lot of the big successful sellers, you know, the reason why they are successful as well is they have consistent style that people fall in love with. So we all know Educlip, Sarah Pecorino, Kate Hadfield, Rainbow Sprinkle Studio, Whimsy Clips. There's so many other like amazing clip artists out there that I've missed out in that list. They're just a few from the top of my head that I know that they're kind of been out there for a while and they have their own distinct style. So I want to really, you know, as they say, success leaves clues. I want to be able to create my own original style that I can build up, and hopefully over time, you know, some people might decide, oh, I like this girl's style, I like the way that she does her clip art. So again, I have a multitude of different things in my store at the moment, and I've been experimenting. Like I have a little bit of boho, I've got some digital papers, and I think that's fine too, to be able to experiment. Like like next year will be trying to maintain my Clipart consistency, but also experimenting at the same time in that way too. But I want to really hone in on that Clipart consistency. That's kind of one of my goals for next year. But realistically, it'll be the product creation that is one of my biggest goals for next year. And it'll be interesting to see how I navigate that as well, because obviously my son's getting a little older, he's a bit more mobile, and yeah, that'll be interesting to see how I navigate that. Another thing is the update in my life as well. There is a possibility next year, depending on what happens for us here, that I might actually go completely online next year, and I may not go back to relief teaching at this point. It's been a very big decision to maybe decide that, and it's been a hard one, and it's been one that have had particular things involved with, but there is a chance that I might have to, yeah, be more online next year. That's all I can say for that. And so being in a position where I might have to be kind of more so stay-at-home mum and not do relief teaching just for this year, or for however long, you know, things happen, that I might, it'll be interesting to kind of see how I navigate next year, especially for, you know, income. And that's, I think, important to talk about, because I really want to diversify income next year. That's one of my goals too. So moving forward into 2022, again, I really want to hone in my YouTube. I would love to, at the end of next year, if it takes a little bit longer, that's totally okay with me, because I'm really just enjoying, like, you know, making these videos. Again, like, this is my 24th video, but I'm really enjoying it so far, and I would eventually, hopefully down the track, I'd love to be monetized on this channel. That might take me another year. It might, like, I would love, this is my goal, whether it happens or not, I don't know, but I would love to be monetized by the end of next year. So I think I'm sitting at around 334 subscribers at this point in time that I'm filming this. So if I could get to like 1,000 by the end of the year, that would allow me to have another like source of income or revenue. I don't know how much that would be. It might not be a lot for a little while, but you know, like, it'd just be something, even if it's a few, yeah, a couple dollars or whatever, at least I'll be getting some sort of revenue for making these videos. But again, I know that it takes time. I know I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to be patient. I'm willing to provide lots of value through these videos, because I'm enjoying it right now. So that is one of my goals though for 2022, is to hopefully get to that 1,000 subscriber, to get monetized, and that will just be another little source of income stream that would be really helpful to me. So that is one thing that I have planned for my YouTube. And also with my YouTube too, I will say, not just the 1,000 subscribers goal, but I do want to have a lot more Procreate tutorials. I want to have some more PowerPoint tutorials and some TPT tutorials. So that's kind of my niche sort of here on YouTube. So I teach about Clipart, I teach about how to create Clipart, and I teach about Teachers Pay Teachers. So if any of those interest you, and you are somebody that is like wanting to know any of those kind of things, then definitely feel free to hit subscribe, so then you can be a part of this journey too. Yeah, that would be something that I really want to kind of hone in on and really give you guys a lot of value as well. So now this might sound a little bit crazy for my next goal, but one of my goals next year is to, especially if I'm not going to be in the classroom next year, it will depend. There's a chance I may go back to the classroom. It just depends on kind of how things go here in Australia. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be interesting, but I would like to see if I could create about 7 income streams. So at the moment I'm about at 4. So I'm at 4 income streams. This is not including relief teaching. If I was including relief teaching, that would have been 5 income streams that I have currently this year. I'm taking off relief teaching moving forward to 2022, because I'm just not, things are very kind of unprecedented in that at this point. So the 4 that I have currently is, I've got my 2 Teachers Pay Teachers store. So I've got my Teachers Pay Teachers resource store. I've got Tealazzo Clipart. This is what is linked to this channel. I'm a teacher on Skillshare. I've only just really recently started that. I might just link down below if you want to check that out, feel free to, but I've just started recently on Skillshare. I'd love to do some more Skillshare tutorials, but like I don't even know if I would class it really as an income stream really. Like, I've only been at it for a couple of months and I haven't earned a lot of money on it yet, but I would still class it as an income stream because I have earned a couple dollars on it, so it's still money. Every dollar counts, like I said, but I would love to build that Skillshare account up. So that's going to be interesting to see how I navigate that. But my last one is Boom Cards. So they're the 4 things I have. So my 2 Teachers Pay Teachers stores, and then I've got Skillshare, and I've got Boom Cards. They're all my online platforms that I am on currently. But like I said, my goal for next year would be 7 income streams. So I'm looking at possibly branching out, and I will say if I don't do relief teaching next year, there is a chance that I'm going to maybe, and I don't know how this is going to go. I've never taught really like online before, but I have been looking into possibly teaching on Outschool. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go ahead with it. It really will depend, but if the lighting and stuff changes, my battery just cut out. So yeah, it will really just depend on how things go next year, whether I do relief teaching or not. But again, like I said, I've been contemplating whether I should give Outschool a go and see if I can pass the application process and maybe look into teaching online classes. That is a consideration of mine at the moment for another stream of like more active, as an active income stream. So that would bring us to 5, and then I need to have a look at maybe 2 other platforms that I'm thinking about possibly branching out to. I'm not too sure what those platforms are going to be yet. I'm still doing a little bit more research. I know there are platforms out there like Etsy and stuff like that that allow Clipart to be sold, so I might look into maybe one of those other platforms to sell Clipart as well onto those different platforms. I'll just see how I go. Again, my main priorities are my 2 Teachers Pay Teachers stores. Boom Cards, I don't earn as much on, I certainly don't earn as much on. However, that's been interesting to see how, like, when I started Boom Cards, like, I had quite a few sales early on, and then it kind of dropped down. So Boom Cards for me have kind of dropped down, but in saying that, I haven't been very active with that. I've been putting like only like one boom card set up like a month. So that's been interesting. And again, we're in December, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes next year. I did renew my account for Boom Cards, so that'll be interesting to see how I navigate that next year and see if there's going to be, if it's going to be worth continuing. And lastly, for moving on into 2022, I have considered, I've considered doing this, but I'm just not sure if this is going to be too much on my plate. I'm thinking maybe possibly around August time, I'm going to look at trying to organize and figure out how to do this whole email list thing. To me, actually, like, I'm going to be real honest, it's kind of a little bit overwhelming to me, and like, I know if I did the research, I took a course or something, I'd feel a lot more comfortable, and that is something that I might actually do. I'm just not 100% sure, like, because I don't want to sign myself up for something that I'm not going to be consistent with, you know what I mean? I don't want to waste all this money, but then in the same token, you know, I feel like I could be consistent with it. I just, from a lot of people that I've listened to on podcasts, one of the biggest things that they said is they wish they started their email list earlier. And I'm like, look, that has got to say something for all these people that are ahead of me in the game, you know, they have valuable insight into their businesses, and if that's something that they're saying that they should have had an email list prior to, like, they wish they had done that earlier on, then I don't want to make that mistake either. I want to see maybe there has to be something to that. So maybe August time next year, I might look into having like a email subscriber type of thing. So stay tuned for that if you are wanting to, you know, receive like emails from me, or I'm maybe even thinking maybe I'll do like an exclusive kind of like part set that might go out in like every email, and I might only do like one email a month or something like that. So that might be something good to start, and if you do follow me or subscribe to that, I might be able to have like an exclusive set that I don't sell on TPT or anywhere else. You can only get it through my email list. I'm thinking something like that, not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but they're just kind of ideas of what's happening in my mind at the moment moving forward, and how I'm trying to progress and build my businesses or business. But yeah, that is basically my thoughts of the matter. That is subjective to change. I don't exactly know how next year is going to go. You know, we're still in this kind of weird pandemic phase of everything of life right now, and you know, it's just a crazy time to be alive, to be honest. I don't know if anyone else is feeling that, but I definitely am, and I'm just trying to stay as positive, as optimistic as I can. I'm trying to branch out into things that I probably never really thought about doing. So I'm really just hoping to actually learn some skills as well. I learn some more skills, invest in myself, and not just the way of financially, but invest in myself as like learning skills, putting time and effort into learning things for myself that I can then, you know, use in the future that might be helpful to my business and to myself. So I hope that wasn't too boring listening to like my ideas or my plans for moving forward. Again, like, this is all new to me. I am just a girl from Australia trying to navigate navigate this whole teacherpreneur stuff. And yeah, I just hope that you can join me for the journey, and if you do, then that's amazing, and I really appreciate you watching this. So thank you guys. I would love it if you gave it a like. That does really help with the YouTube analytics. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you have an amazing day and happy creating. Adios.